Welcome, welcome. New episode. Sorry, you guys, we missed you last week. There wasn't a lot of activity really, realistically, when we wanted to record. But there's been a lot that's happened throughout the week, so we're gonna catch you guys up to speed. Hey, how are you doing now? Happy Sunday.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Happy to see you feeling better. Mm, Less sick. But
Yeah,
yeah, good to be back, guys. As Yimika said, we have some content, not a lot, but enough for listeners and viewers. And yeah, without taking too much of our time, like we'll just start from the NBA. And yeah, Yimika, so Luka signed a new contract, 3 years, final year player option. What are your thoughts?
bro, Luka's looking fit. He's been in the lab all summer long. This is him playing for Slovenia right now. A lot of people are commenting about how Luka is looking trim. And if you remember some, or if you watch highlights of Luka as a rookie, I mean, Luka was dominant in terms of being able to dunk the ball and sort of do all the Luka things that he typically does, plus the athleticism. So a lot of people are anticipating a lot of big things for him. I think also strategically, him signing this deal allows him to maximize his earnings down the road because it's a 3 year deal. So when he comes out of it, he'll be in line to get one of those half a billion dollar type of contracts based on how the NBA cap is projected to grow and the max contract is supposed to be look. So imagine a player earning half a billion over like a 5 year period. Like that's crazy money, man. 100 million type of like per year deals. It's
Yeah,
really it's something that we're like when it happens, bro, it's going to just break records across sports. But yeah, what are
true.
your thoughts on it?
I like the final year player option thing because it's like, yeah, he he has the choice to you know he will assess how like the Lakers progress in the next couple of years and see if this is where he wants to be or like he wants to seek opportunities elsewhere. So uh and he'll still be young enough, right, at the time. So like I think it's a good move for him personally. I like him and yeah, I don't know where my good James will be at that time, but
You know, he'll
hopefully
definitely
retire.
retired. Come on, come on.
Hopefully retire because bro, like you made enough money, man. Like, please let these boys play. So yeah, I mean, without spending some more time there, the WNBA, the WNBA. I don't know if any of you follow the WNBA, but there have been some dildo throwing incidents, right? Guys, please let's be better as a society. Like, stop throwing dildos on the court. I beg. I beg, please stop throwing dildos on the court. The latest one actually hit a player, Sophie Cunningham, and yeah, I don't know. It's the first time it was funny. Well, I mean, ever since, like, it just seems quite distasteful. I don't know. What do you think about it, Yimika?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't heard too much about it, but I think the other thing we're going to talk about in terms of Shaq's recommendation for the improving the productivity of the product, the WNBA as a product, I think is kind of correlated to this because I feel like a lot of people have come in to support WNBA and see it grow and prosper with your Caitlin Clark, your Angel Reese, and all the other
Yep.
superstars that have come before. It's kind of just not matching in terms of the quality of basketball that you would expect for professional. So, what do you think about Shaq's recommendation? And what is Shaq's recommendation, by the way?
Yeah. So to that, I'll say I agree, but I think I'm jumping the gun. So let me just like take it from the top, right? So I sometimes have time on my hands and I sit through some WNBA games. Like this week, this past week, I watched the Las Vegas Aces against the Golden State Valkyries, and like there's a general theme or a general thing that I notice when watching WNBA games, and like it just pisses me off, right? It makes me not enjoy it, and it's the sheer volume of missed easy buckets, like that these babes be missing, right? Like no shade, no shade, but like man, those babes need to do better.
So
And going with Shaq's recommendation of dropping the rim just a bit, right? Because I mean, Asia Wilson is probably like one of the tallest like women in the WNBA, and like she's like one of the biggest stars, right? If not the biggest. And she's like Steph Curry's height. I haven't seen her dunk. I don't think I've ever seen her dunk in my life. I don't know if she can, right? But even if she can, like she doesn't do it in games. And like they don't dunk because I think they can't, because it's just so high and they are not as athletic as their male counterparts. Like, I mean, I know like dunking is not just by your height. Like there are short guys who dunk because they can jump, like they can leap really high, right? I
mm.
don't think these women like are able to be as athletic as their male counterparts. Like just natural selection, right?
So
Please don't
I
come
don't
for me, ladies. Don't come
yeah,
for
no,
me.
I want to clarify some things that you've said because again, I think people should come for you based on based on what you said. First of all, the thing that you said about missed shots, I think in terms of a professional sport like this, like the expectation is that if you're open, you're going to make that shot. That's why you're in the league, kind of thing. So I understand that perspective, and also like what you mentioned about the height of the rim and things like that. I just generally feel like it's not fair to have a similar size and structure to the male sports because like you said, the female body is built differently. There are other things that like women are a lot quicker, like when they dribble and their ability to sort of like their agility and move around like things, they're a lot more nimble than guys and stuff like that. So I think there's ways that we can make their game more engaging for a different audience. And I just feel like that's kind of what they need to do. Like NBA itself, or basketball is not a fits all size product. The NCAA has the 3 points line a lot closer. So when they shoot like the shooting is a lot more engaging from the NCAA because it's just harder to play like drive into the baskets and things like
Yeah,
that. So
bro, but
they
I'm not.
haven't
I'm not
thought
even talking
about
about like 3 points. Like I'm talking about like layups, like just under the rim,
no,
toss that
I
ball in
understand
there.
what you're
Like
saying. So I'm saying like the point
maybe
I'm
the
just trying to
interpretation
make is
might be
that
better. I don't know.
the point I'm just trying to make is that they need to design basketball for the WNBA and not try and fit how the NBA plays basketball into the WNBA. It just needs to be customized. And I think that's what Shaq is just trying to suggest and what maybe you are trying to say, but didn't land
I
as
mean,
perfectly.
they already have a different ball. They already have a different ball. It's not the same ball.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a smaller ball because
Yeah,
the size of a woman's hand is going to be always smaller than a guy's hand. It's just how
I
it is. There are
I
women
did
that have
say it
hands
too.
big.
I did
No,
not say it.
I
I
said there are
did say
women
it.
that have bigger hands than men, but generally speaking, like your hand is going to be much bigger than a woman's
I'm
hand
just
is.
kidding, buddy.
Yeah. Anyhow, to less controversial matters, the NBA, the NFL has started preseason. A lot of rookies are in the limelight because they're the new ones, they're the younger ones. The senior people sort of, take it easy until towards the closer to the actual season. Anything that you've seen recently that you want to spotlight to our community and viewers?
Yeah. I think the best place to start would be Yimika's pick for the Heisman, Ashton Jeanty. He's on this first round draft list at number 6. Yeah, he had 3 carries for a total of, -1 yard. Wow, what a stinker of a debut.
Yeah, I like how you phrased that as if to say that I was the one telling um
Bro,
the
it's
Raiders
your boy. It's
to
your boy.
draft him sixth overall. Like, bro, I don't rank running backs high. I don't give them high grades. So please don't start throwing shade at me because
Oh, yeah.
he's
Okay.
not performing. And again, it's preseason. He still
To
has
be
a lot to
fair,
learn.
because I actually watched like the minutes that he played, and yeah, it was a real, will I say, baptism of fire. And considering his preseason and he doesn't have like the main like O line ahead of him, right? Like,
100%.
yeah, I mean, some other run, like, I mean, the other Boise State running back actually like got, I don't know if he was drafted or just signed by Seattle, right? And he did better than Jeanty, right? But that O line there was not great, and yeah, I wouldn't put it all on him. Like the defense had
Yeah,
like, there was barely any blocking for him, right?
it's
Is
just
what I'll say.
preseason,
Like,
bro. You
yeah,
can look great in preseason and
that,
you
that
ball out in the
I'm
league.
100% sure that's why he was limited to just 3 carries, because like there was no points. There was actually no points, right?
Yeah.
So just
But
to be fair
speaking
to
about
him,
other guys performing,
yeah,
my eagle, Gerhard Campbell. A lot of people were speculating that he might miss a lot of the season. Boy is
it's
already on
one
the
of our.
field. Um, Almost had an interception, showcasing his ability to sort of be a tweener between the linebacker and the safety role. So a lot more to come from him, and he definitely had a good showing. So I'm pleased with that. Anybody else that you want to spotlight?
Yeah,
Shay?
I caught some of the Giants game. Jackson Dart and Abdul Qatar look good. Yeah. Uh
I think there was somebody
not
big that I wanted to
not
talk
in the
about.
first round.
Yeah, not in the
Boys,
first
not
round.
in the first round. My CU Buffs. Well, now ex CU Buffs. Lejonte Wester returned a punt for like 83, 87 yards and scored a touchdown. That's how we do in Boss Nation.
Okay,
Shedeur,
so
the first rounder who slid to the fifth round. I mean, for reasons best known to them. Yeah, what a debut! What a debut! 14 or 20, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Um, yeah, a pretty good showing considering he was a fifth round guy drafted after another rookie. Barely got any reps in training camp. He has barely got, like, you can, any media outlet that's reported on this has said the same thing. Shedeur has barely got any reps in training camp this season. And you know, when God is for you, no one can be against you really. Depth charts, Joe Flacco is QB1. Obviously, he's not going to play preseason. QB2, Kenny Pickett, out injured. Dylan Gabriel, QB3, out injured. He had recovered, but they didn't want to risk him. So Shedeur got, I think, about
got some good
45
time.
snaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. He played like 3 quarters before they brought on the new guy that they signed, Tyler Huntley, to close out the game. And yeah, didn't look that great. I mean, considering he barely practiced with the team, like, you can tell some throws were off. Well, yeah,
Another one of your buffs had preseason game. Yeah. The two-way guy.
yeah.
Pretty all right on both
I
sides.
didn't I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
No, I didn't watch the game either, but I've been seeing a lot of talk on social media, and his quarterback is already advocating for him to choose one side of the ball, talking about would you rather break up one or two passes per game or actually be scoring touchdowns?
Bro,
And it's
that guy
something
is
he
a
has to
receiver,
consider.
bro. That guy is more a receiver than a corner. With the way I think the Jags want to use him, I think they will use him more as a receiver than corner.
I mean, he is number one. He's a starter in wide receiver and second string
Yeah,
in
second
um,
string as corner.
corner. So that's maybe what they're leaning. But
I think
okay,
they, I think his talent is just too much at receiver, which Yimika disagrees with anyway. But I mean, and
we'll
most of the
see in the
world.
season again. Preseason, early signs.
That guy on
I'm
one
not.
side, Brian Thomas Jr. on the other side. Watch out for the Jags. Watch out for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence, this is your year. If you don't produce now, we are sorry. We are sorry. Like, find a new team. Find a
No,
new
no,
team.
no wahala, no wahala. We'll move on to the second phase of the preseason, which are some of these guys who are holding out for contracts, who are looking to get traded based on not receiving their contracts. Your boys have something big cooking up. Tell us a little bit more about Jerryville.
Bro, honestly, like I'm only talking about this because like we kind of just have to, right? Because I'm really tired of the whole thing, right? So Michael Parsons has requested a trade, right? Says he doesn't want to be a cowboy anymore because he doesn't feel valued by the organization. But yeah, you and I know it's not going anywhere. They're not trading that guy. And yeah, Jerry has come out to say things. Stephen Jones has come out to say things. Um, from what it seems like, right? Um, Jerry kind of had like a gentleman's agreement with Micah, and like the expectation was, oh, Micah, bring your agent in to like, let's wrap this up, right? And the agent David Mulugeta is essentially trying to renegotiate the entire thing, like as if there was no agreement at all. But like, I mean, it's Jerry's word against Micah, and I'm sorry, but Jerry's an NFL owner. Like these people are so powerful, right? So I don't know. I don't know how this ends, right? All I know is if Micah is leaving, they are collecting at least 2 first-round picks for that guy, right? Which
We'll
may not
see.
be the worst thing. Which may not be the worst thing for the Cowboys, right? But I don't know. I
They will have that much
personally don't
defense.
think I like. This is just my personal opinion, and I know it doesn't count for shit, right? But I don't think that guy deserves like TJ Watt, Miles Garrett money. I really don't. Like I know he's good, he's very talented, right? But I don't know.
What?
Maybe the next one, maybe the next contract, right? Like,
What? I've never heard
bro,
that.
bro,
Bro,
I really don't think he does. Like, I really don't.
no, I
Like,
think the reason why
deep down, I really don't think he does.
I can maybe hear what you're trying to say because he doesn't have like season leading sacks like TJ or
Yeah, that's
Miles
what like
Garrett has. But Parson as a D end
bro,
does a lot more,
the
brings
talent is unquestionable. The
no.
ability on the
It's not
field
about
is unquestionable. Like I'm not saying like there's no question about that guy's production, like what he brings to the team, right? Like he can line up anywhere and still kill. I know, but mm, maybe just put it like you see
yeah,
how
but that's why you get the deal. That's why you
CD
get the
was
deal done.
like CD was really good the year before he signed that deal, and they just put him
But
just
I'm
below those other guys. So I feel
no,
like
because
you should just
those
put
other guys
Micah
signed
just below.
they signed after CD. It's about the
No,
timing of the
CD signed after Justin Jefferson, bro.
okay. So he came a little bit under Justin Jefferson and
Yes,
Jamar Chase who superseded all
obviously
of them.
Chase is over everyone.
Yeah, so I'm still saying like when you sign these players, it's very critical. That's what a lot of people have argued against the issue with Jerry
Yeah,
Jones.
like
It
I
takes
mean,
time.
yes, because considering that Micah wanted the deal last year, you would have signed him cheaper last year before the market got reset this year. I get
Just
it, but
crazy stats that I saw that it's just again about the timing of players and how critical that is.
mhm.
The cap space that the Dallas have allocated towards Dark is the same cap space that the Eagles have allocated towards Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devontae Smith. Timing. Timing is so critical because you pay them at a rate that you're comfortable with based on your own cap space and also what the market is demanding. So timing is critical. But let's move on
clearly,
to
clearly Jerry doesn't care
uh
about that. They will franchise the guy in the end. I beg, it's not going anywhere.
Terry McLaurin, who's another in the same conference. A lot going on in that
Yeah,
same conference.
NFC is your people, same
He's
division.
he's requesting a trade because he's looking to get similar DK money, which I think we both agree that that's a little bit high for him. McLaurin has been Mr. Consistent, which is what he brings to the team, but he's never been top 10 or somebody that you can say like
Because he was
he's
playing
a
for the
good
Commanders.
his go-to number. He's a go-to. He's a go-to number one, but is he a go-to number one for a title-winning team? Question.
1 year with a good QB, you saw the production. Even in the
He's always
playoffs.
had production. He's always had production.
I'm
It's
saying
never been his
even
issue.
in the playoffs, now with a good quarterback, like you have a rookie that, you know, he had a good first year. Now he's going into his second year. You don't want to like limit his potential, right? Yes, I know they got what's his name in the guy from 49ers, Debo, right? They brought Debo in, but man, I don't think Debo is going to be that guy, bro. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me, bro. Like, I don't think Debo is going to do what McLaurin was doing last year. Like, they need to sign that guy.
Bro, we'll see what the Washington, I was about to say
I mean,
Redskins,
like,
Commanders
I know you
cook
don't even
up.
want them to succeed, right? Because I mean, them succeeding only stresses your team out. So
Not really, not really. We've always had two or three people's come out of that same division, so
okay.
it's never going to deter our own destiny. And like we said last episode, we've pushed the reset button. We're not title defenders. We're going for the championship, and that's our own key focus. So we're not worried about anybody. Just laser focused.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay,
No
so we're
problem.
going to actually talk a little bit more about ball. I was about to say football, but sometimes people get confused between the NFL and soccer or ball, as we call it. Shay, you wanted to tell us a little bit about our Super Eagles, some
Yeah.
headline stories,
So I
interesting
will start. I
facts.
will start with the Falcons. Yeah. So I saw a tweet, right? Somebody says if they tell you things, right, about how if they tell you about how things work in Nigeria, like those things, like if you are not Nigerian, you will never think those things are possible, right? And yeah, everybody has different stories about how they broke into their country's national team. And Michelle Alozie has a very, very unique story about how she broke into the Nigerian women's national team. Like, so essentially, there's a tournament that Nigeria is supposed to be part of in the US, and they have a lot of visa issues. They don't even have a complete team to line up, right? And the game is like in a couple of days. So the head coach of the Nigerian women's national team is just calling up every Nigerian American football player that is a woman to see if, hey, are you available to play? Hey, are you interested? And she just says, yeah, why not? And she played, and the rest is history, essentially. Like, I don't know. Like, it's I feel like these are things that you can only hear in Nigeria. Like it's yeah. God help
And but
us.
it's still a positive thing regardless. Like as chaotic as our country is, we found a
Bro, some of those girls were still in school.
of course now, bro.
Some of
I
those
mean,
people were still in school and they went pro just cause like oh my god, man. Like
nah, I mean,
it's so
obviously,
crazy.
like there's a lot of talent in Nigeria overall. Like, let's not get political about things and everything like that, but we know the whole English lineup is virtually like Nigerian. And we have another member who has finally seen the light and said, like, Omo, England is not going to happen for me. So let me realign myself to Nigeria. Tell us a little bit about Tosin.
Yeah, this one, John Obi Mikel is not going to be pleased. Yeah. Um I don't know if you follow John Obi Mikel's podcast. Um, so essentially, there's this episode where like he's complaining about um, football players seeing their like European football players seeing their African countries as like secondary nationality, like as
Mm,
your backup should your England or France or Spain or one of those countries not work out for you, right? And then you then hit up your African country, like, yeah, um, you guys, I want to play for you. So Tosin Adarabioyo, a Chelsea player, um, he was born in London. He's English. He's two Nigerian parents, so he's Nigerian as well. And he's now 27 years of age, ripe 27, and he has now decided, hey, Super Eagles, I'm interested in playing for you. I don't know. Yimika, do you agree with Obi, Mikel?
mm, I think like you talked about earlier, the Nigerian FA hasn't set up an ecosystem that endures these professional players to feel like they should be proud about their nation and they want to sort of use their because football is their career. Like you want to leverage your best years in a environment where it's going to enable you and it's going to help you prosper and grow. So if you try and leverage where you're born or where you're raised or something like that to
Mm-hmm.
play in that setup, I can understand that because that to you is the opportunity to maximize uh, your ability and grow. But if that doesn't work out, I don't see it as a bad option. If he's good enough, he gets called up. If he's not good enough, he doesn't get called up. And he at least is able to play that other second level of professional soccer, which is like international ball and stuff like that. So it's a win-win because again, if Nigeria was doing a lot to cater for these players and enable them, then I would feel some type of way. But they're not. So let's not delude ourselves.
Well, so for me, um, I'll I'll keep it close to home. My team, Manu, right? There's Patrick Dogu and there's Chido Obi, both playing for Denmark, both Nigerians, both have full Nigerian heritage, both Nigerian parents. It's not like mixed, but they've chosen to play for Denmark, right?
Mhm.
I wish people would choose to play for Nigeria, but I mean, if you decide to stay there, like, man, as you lay your bed, so you lie in it, right? Like, I don't really buy into the idea of like people coming when they are past their prime and it hasn't worked out with England or somewhere else, and they're like, oh yeah, let me come and play for the Super Eagles. Because
Right, but
this Tosin, this Tosin guy, Nigeria actually reached out to him long ago, bro. Long ago,
one of
right?
our
He declined
biggest
us and
players,
chose to stay with England, right?
one of our biggest
And
players right
who?
now, Adama Lukman, he did the same thing. He did the same thing.
Yeah,
Iwobi, he did the same thing. So
he will be
again,
play
I'm
for
not.
England youth. He will be play
Yeah,
for
and
England
I'm
youth
saying
and chose
Lukman
to
too.
play for Nigeria.
He played for. You're
Yeah,
saying he chose to play for Nigeria, like England youth was saying, like Mikel. I mean, Iwobi, we're going to move you up to the senior team. Like he wasn't getting a look in or anything like that. So that's where I'm saying like
yeah,
sometimes
but
you
he
have to
could,
be
he
realistic.
could like at some like so this is the thing, right? Like I know Nigeria reaches out to these guys just before they make that jump, right? So those guys chose, okay, Nigeria has come, let me go, right? Because some of these people, like, they actually don't like how do I explain it? Like, it's not like you can just go and say, hey, Nigeria, I want to play for you. No, they actually have to like reach out to you before you can say, oh yes, I'll choose to play for you guys. Like, it's not like it will be ever declined to play for Nigeria. It's different, right? Like there are people who literally like they reached out to this guy, this posting guy, and he didn't agree. The only time he left the door open was before 2022 World Cup in I think Qatar also, right? And it never really materialized. I mean, this is how many years later, 3 years later, and then it's coming to say, "Oh yeah, I want to play for you guys now." That you are seeing
Anyhow,
that
bro,
there's no
we'll
there's no
see.
chance in England.
We'll see how this pans out because again, I don't see this guy as a major fixture or a linchpin in Nigeria. So if he gets called up, he gets called up. It's fine. If he doesn't get called up, this was news that we wasted time talking on. Speaking about not wasting
Fair
time,
enough.
let's talk a little bit about your boys.
My guys. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we Sheshko. That was funny in my head. I'm sorry. But yes, Manchester United finally completed the signing of Benjamin Sesko. Um, Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be ready to play against Yimika's Arsenal on Sunday. We'll come back to that. Yeah, it's 5 million euros total package, 6.5 million guaranteed. Took 5 million less per year than what Newcastle offered him to join Manchester United. So clearly did not join for the money. The boy just wanted us. We've been after him for like 3 years now, and yeah, has finally
How would you
materialized.
how would you grade the performance of Man United during this transfer window? Are you satisfied? Do you feel like there's more to come? What's your take so
Uh
far?
yes, so far, like, so at the beginning of the window, right? So um there's this United YouTube account that I follow, and like based on reports, right, at the beginning of the window, like after the Europa League final loss, unfortunate, we wanted 3 attackers, right, 3 forwards, and we now have 3 out of 3. So kudos to them on that, right? But the job is not done, right? We wanted to bring the keeper in, either a young keeper to compete with Onana or get Onana out and bring in a number one. We haven't been able to do that because we can't shift any of our keepers for some reason. I don't get how Bayinde is still there. Sorry, Bayinde. You're a good guy. I want a new keeper.
So the
The
question though,
midfield. Yeah.
question though is how, so these signings, and I know you are going to go through all of them and talk through where you see potential gaps and things like that. You can always rebuild a squad, you can always build it out and find more people and make it better. How do you
Mm-hmm.
think these signings are translating into the field of play? Like I know Sesko hasn't played, but you've seen Mbomo, you've seen Cunha. Um, what is your feel on?
Umbomo is bringing, like, for starters, over Garnacho, good first touch, right? But I kid, I just wanted to shade Garnacho. Umbomo is a very technically sound player, right? Like, I saw the game yesterday, and like, man, those corners, those free kicks, like, they are getting in the right areas, like, and like Shesko, everybody knows like that guy is like a crazy athlete, high leap, blah blah blah. Like, that guy knows that was food for that guy, man. Like, Umbumo, 4 out of 4 crosses yesterday, like, but those headers are just going straight to the keeper. Like, I'd expect a Shesko to be able to convert like those chances. Like, he attempted 4 crosses, completed 4. Like, he has, like, he's a high volume crosser, right? And
Mm,
I think that's only going to be great for Benjamin Sesko, right? Cunha brings a lot of intensity, right? He's a good ball carrier, right? And like, he comes deep to win the ball and can, carry the ball, right? We struggled with that a lot last season. Like, we had to use Garnacho like a crutch, right? In transition, right? As somebody who could actually like carry the ball, because we didn't have, like, at some point last season, like, when Ahmad was out, like, there was literally no other person who could carry, right?
yeah,
And I
that
mean, it's not like
transitional build-up play.
it's not like Garnacho is like the best when it comes to his end product, right? So Cunha is a definite upgrade on that. So I really like how the team is shaping up. So far, I'll give them a 6.5 out of 10. We'll come back to why it's not 10/10 yet.
Okay. So it sounds like Amarin is building the squad. The style of play is developing, and it's becoming more and more the United squad that a lot of people had envisioned he would sort of build up. So let's see how it
Yeah.
progresses. And like you said, there's still some couple of weeks left. Actually, no, there's one more week of the transfer window. So we'll see what else can be
Is
done
it?
this
So it
week.
ends when the season starts?
I believe so. I think they changed that.
Did they agree to that? I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. They're not moving like the window ends in a week, man. Nah, they're not moving like the window.
I can confirm that.
Yeah, let me just check. Anyway. To your team, to your team, to your team, your boy Victor, your boy Victor with the K. Right?
So yeah, we're definitely pleased that we got this signing over the line. Pleased that he was able to get some minutes and Spurs. Pleased that he was able to get significantly more minutes at this yesterday against Villarreal, and he was able to get on the score sheet a
Mm-hmm.
header, which was kind of even ironic because a lot of people were saying that that was one of his weaknesses.
Yeah.
Altogether, the team was playing well. I would say like this was the first time Arteta has sort of shown his hand and played what we believe would be his starting lineup. Um, we had the midfield three of Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Rice, and then the attacking line we had Gyokeres, we had Martinelli, and we had Saka. Um, Even Kai came off the bench and was able to get a goal, which was not a typical Kai goal, which was good to see, like, him building all this muscle mass and him sort of adding bulk to his game. He was able to sort of ride the defender and sort of finish, which was a pretty tough finish. So for me, what I think excited about is the versatility style of play. Madueke also came on and did some interesting things, ball carrying, dribbling, and stuff like that. So I think we are looking, or we're looking better. We're shaping up to have a good title challenge. But
Mm.
I think we wanted to talk about this, what is missing. So you have some thoughts about what is missing from United. I'm going to tell you what I think is missing from Arsenal. I think we need creativity on the left side, which is what a lot of people think Madueke is going to bring, and also back up for Saka on the right. But I think
Mm-hmm.
us having a two-headed horseman on the left and right is what you require. And I think you guys did a similar thing by getting Mbeumo and Cunha, two people that you know are your number one players on both sides of the ball, and there isn't any confusion of who sits above who on the pecking order. So I think we just need that
Okay.
clarity from an Arsenal perspective on the left side.
I want to put you on the spot now. I want to ask you a question, right?
Mhm.
Like, why are Arsenal fans so worried? Like, why are Arsenal fans so pessimistic about the season? Like, I mean, I'm happy after you guys beat the shit out of Bilbao yesterday. Like, people are feeling a lot more optimistic. Yeah, you guys are going to kill Man U next week. Great, right? But like, I don't know. Like, why are Arsenal fans generally not very optimistic about your season? Like, you're on the spot.
Yes.
You're on the
Sorry,
spot.
I butchered this. I said Villarreal. We actually played Atletico Bilbao. I
Yeah.
think the main reason why Arsenal fans are a little bit less optimistic about the season, through the preseason, we haven't seen a significant shift in the style of play. So Arsenal on the right side of the pitch is very solid. A lot of creativity, a lot of output. The Odegaard, Saka, and Ben White combination or Timber combination is very deadly, and it sort of provides opportunity for a center forward. We've gotten a center forward. I guess we haven't had as much opportunity to bed him into the team, although you big signings like those just typically take time. Um, but I think on the left side, there's been not as much growth or development for us to feel like the whole squad is now balanced. The right side has always been our main threat, but right now the left side seems like we haven't had that significant upgrade. And even one of the things that people mentioned about our style of play that hasn't really changed. Goikarez is a different type of player, wanting to run in behind. Are we finding those balls? Are we trying to facilitate a different style of play? It's yet to be seen, but I think it's still early days. So people are just cautiously optimistic, and I think we tend to stay on the cautious side than optimistic as an Arsenal fan.
Okay, Arsenal fans, please get in the comments and let us know what you think. Like, why don't you guys feel like this? Why is this not Arsenal season? Like, you guys have upgraded. You finished what, second last year, right? And even
Preseason in a
Liverpool
row.
signed who vet. Come on, like, your boys can lock that guy. You signed Mosquera, like, you have Saliba, Gabriel. Come on, like,
Yeah, never
Arsenal.
our defense has been
I
the issue.
believe more in Arsenal than Arsenal fans. I don't know why. So please tell me, educate me on Instagram, YouTube, please. Let's know. Let's know why. Anyway, Arsenal versus United, opening day of the Premier League season. Yimika, are you optimistic, cautiously optimistic, or pessimistic? Right.
No, I think this is a game that if we don't come out and we're not dominant, I'm not going to be mad. I think it's mainly about just getting the 3 point, because you need to start off strong and you need to showcase that whether it's big competition, and I'm air quoting it, not to just play at Man U as not being a big team, but it's just like these are the teams that we need to be able to put away and um make sure that we're getting the 3 points. We can't be doing draws and ties and things like that. You need to start off strong and make sure. And our schedule is pretty tough to start. I think we play you guys, we play United, I mean Newcastle, um I think Tottenham too to start in the first 10 games. So it's a lot of competitive games to start. So we just need to get the 3 points. And I think the style of play is less. I'm less concerned about that. I'm just more concerned about getting the W.
Okay.
How
So
are you feeling? Do you feel like you guys are going to be able to compete with us on this?
so so for me, like, before yesterday's game, right? I would have, like, felt, yeah, it was a game that we could win, right? But after yesterday, I'm a bit less optimistic
Oh,
because
yesterday seeing Arsenal play.
no, yesterday seeing United play,
Okay.
because Hoyland didn't get off the bench yesterday, and reports coming in today is they told him he's done, like, he should leave, right? He should find a team. So either loan him out or sell him, right? We put the price on him. Amorim's system needs a nine, right? We tried to play with like a false nine yesterday, right? Like, if you put a midfielder there, like, I mean, who did we play yesterday? We played Fiorentina. Like, look at their centre backs. Now imagine putting Mason Mount against Saliba and Gabriel. Like, any ball that just goes into him bounces off. That, like instant turnover, right? So I don't know how it's going to work, right? Like, it would be nice to see like good patterns, considering some of the good work from preseason. But yeah, I'll laugh if you guys lose. But I don't know when Sheshko will be fit enough to play, and other striker Zexi has been injured the entire preseason, so I really don't know. I given they want to sell Hoyland, I'm not sure he's going to play. Right, so I would say a draw would be nice. I don't. I If we pull it off and we win, I would love it. But I don't expect us to like just go and like surrender and lose. I think those days are over. Like, I feel we should give you guys a game, regardless. But I would just temper my optimism because we may
Okay.
not have an
Fair
actual
enough.
nine. Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll have more
I still have
clarity
to give
on.
Arsenal that respect, right? Like, it's just out of respect for Arsenal, not because I'm like scared of Arsenal or anything. Yeah,
No. It's
just
fair
out of
enough. Like I
respect.
said, we'll have more talking points on this, because the next episode, the game would have happened, and we'll be able to discuss what we saw and what we thought
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
um went well or didn't
United
go
fans,
well.
Arsenal fans, get in the comments, by the way. Let's know what you think. Is Arsenal going to lose? Is this Arsenal's year? Like, I want to hear these things. And yeah, anyway, away from that,
We'll just wrap
uh,
up now with other transfer news, other
bro,
speculations, rumors, and things that we're hearing in the rumor mills.
where do we
Shay, this will
start?
just be quick fire for you. Just let us know what you think about, is this Sesko deal going to happen? I mean, is the Isak deal going to happen for Liverpool?
Man, from everything I've heard, I really don't think Isak is going to play for Newcastle again. I don't I don't know. Right? Liverpool just sold Nunes to um Al Hilal, right? So there's money. They can pay for Isak, but Newcastle has to be willing to sell. And I mean, Newcastle keeps catching L's, right? Obomo, Cunha, Ekitike, Chesko, James Trafford, even Kolomwani apparently, like, is an L for them, right? So I don't know. Are they going for Wisa? My mind still tells me they're going to sign Nicolas Jackson, but Chelsea are trying to really overprice Nicolas Jackson. But Newcastle's handling of the Sheshko situation really like killed them as far as I'm concerned, because they just went out there and yeah, they are showing, yeah, we have money, we have money. But like, you can't be doing we have money, and you trying to like not pay the rich club tax that teams like United pay, right?
Mm.
For example, this their Malik Tiao guy that they're signing, like they're signing that guy at 40 million. The initial bid was like 26 million. Bruh. Like, are we joking? Like, if you've shown that you have money, you have to spend the money, right?
Although I
Well,
think he's more
Isaac,
worth 26 than the 40, but
yeah, I mean, they are wasting money on that guy. Well, what do I know, right? I'm not a sporting director or head of
one
football.
more question for you. Chelsea has been, again, one of the most active clubs, both on the buying and selling side of things. What is your overall take on their rebuild process? And I know you also have a very, um, you have some type of, based on Garnacho, obviously Garnacho
Yeah,
you wanted to
yeah.
sell, interest in
I'll talk
Chelsea
about that,
continue to
of
do
course.
their business. What is your overall take on how they've performed this transfer window and their strategy of, buy players, turn them over, and just continue to sort of build their squad?
You see that word you used, strategy. Hmm? Chelsea fans, come for me or you like. I'm saying this by full chest. Chelsea has no strategy, bro. They have no
Okay.
strategy. You can't keep signing all these guys and selling all these guys, right? And you tell me somewhere that somebody has a strategy. Like, this is just buy a bunch of guys. Some will hit, some will miss. Get rid of the misses. Like, there is no strategy as far as I'm concerned. There's no direction. Like, these guys signed the lap and went and signed João Pedro. The lap dropped to the bench. They had Jackson. They are trying to get rid of Jackson now. Giovanni Quenda went to Chelsea. He signed for Chelsea last season, but he's joining at the end of this season that we are entering,
Mhm.
right? Um, reasons we heard about him rejecting United were he doesn't want to keep playing wing back. He wants to play as a winger. That brother will be lucky to play right back when he joins Chelsea. Because where is the space on the wings? These brothers already have Esteval. Esteval just came in, right? João Pedro can play on the wings. Okay, they've been Madueke, right? They've been Madueke. But come on, they still have Pedro Neto. They still have how many other
They got
wingers?
Gittins. They got
They
Gittins.
got Bino Gittins. They are apparently linked with Xavi Simons from Leipzig, right?
Just basically
And
just
I
replacing
mean,
Nkunku.
they are also trying to sign Alejandro Garnacho. Please bring our 50 million. Garnacho has said Chelsea or nothing. He has rejected moves to potentially his daddy in Leverkusen, right? He rejected the opportunity to join Ten Hag at Leverkusen. I heard Aston Villa might have been interested at some point. He rejected all moves outside England, and now he said Fabrizio has reported, fully focused on Chelsea. Fabrizio is not going to come out and lie about something like that, right? So he wants to move to Chelsea. You've gotten to the players' camp, you've turned his head. Chelsea, fine. You set the market, Chelsea. You set the market. You signed Bino Gittins for that amount. I think it was 55 plus 5, 60 million euros total package or something like that, which is about 50 something million pounds, right?
I think it's 50
They
plus
sold
5,
this
but
they sold Madueke to Arsenal for about 50 million pounds total package. So I expect my 50 million pounds total package for my priceless winger Alejandro Garnacho, package fresh, straight out of Carrington and Argentina national team, right? Drop my 50 million and carry your player. I don't care. He's for sale. Just pay 50.
so I hear what you're saying, and I have a contrarian thought besides your self-interest of wanting to sell Garnacho. I think
Mm,
Chelsea runs uh, a high risk strategy. And the best way I can compare this is like if you're playing FIFA or Football Manager, every season you're buying people, you're selling people. Realistically in the Premier League, all these big clubs, like you're not doing that much. Like if you look at us, like Arsenal, Man U, City, like there hasn't been a lot of outgoings. You generally sign more players and you try to sort of build up your squad based on how they performed the previous season.
yeah.
But I think Chelsea, what they've realized is that there's a business model or looking to sell players, um, not based on when you don't need them again or when they've sort of bottomed out and they're no longer performing to the level, but selling them at a good time, at a right price, at a good time to continue to sort of have incomings and outgoings so that as a business you can continue to do transactions. So your Madueke deal, there's literally no difference between Madueke and Gittins, but realistically there is. Gittins is younger. So now they sell bought him for 50 million. If they want to sell him 3 years down the road, they'll be able to sell him for maybe 70. It's kind of what their general structure works. Even look at this guy that they just sold to Burnley. The defensive midfielder, uh Ugochi or something like that.
Ugochukwu, Leslie
Ugochukwu.
Ugochukwu.
Yeah, they bought him for like maybe 15, 20, but they've sold it right now for like 25. Yeah, you might just say it's 5 million, but when we get into the whole
Bro, and they are
amortization,
Saudi connects, man. I need them to link my club up by the way. Like
when you go
they
into
are
all
Saudi
the
connects.
amortization and things like that, they are actually running a more profitable business than you would think. And I don't want to get all technical and get all financial on this, but selling buying a player and having him stay at book for like a couple of years and still selling him for that same value is actually profit. It's not making a loss, it's making profits because you do amortize the player's value across his contract and things like that. So
I mean,
I,
for PSR, yes.
yes, so I think, and they do have the cash, like you said, they have the Saudi link, so they're not struggling for, and they're also P backed. They have bank, cash in the bank. I just think
Mm-hmm.
it's a high risk strategy that they have proven that they are consistently able to execute on this model. And previous ownership was doing exactly the same thing. Current ownership is continuing to doing it at a hyper scale. So I just think it's something that is difficult for football to sort of conceptualize because it's difficult for a lot of people to do it. But Chelsea are, I would say, premier when it comes to working the transfer market. But yeah, we'll see
Only thing
how
I
that.
rate, the only thing I rate about that club, honestly, is their strict wage structure. It's like, man, you either fall in line or sorry, find another place to carry you.
No,
Like
but
you don't
when
budge for anybody.
their wage structure is not it does still compensate the players for good play. It's highly incentive based rather than just
Yeah.
sit on your ass and just get money. And so it's again, their strategy is all about performance. If you're performing well, you
Yeah, but
get paid more.
the player still has to be willing to sign it, right? You saw our
Yeah, but they've done
Kudo
it. They've done
Jadon
they've
Sancho. Sancho wasn't willing to.
Yeah, yeah. No, so they've done it to a point where there's some level of security because they give them longer term contracts, which ensures that, well, if you
Yeah.
like, get injured, you can sit and continue to earn Chelsea money for 7 years, 8 years. Whereas other clubs are saying, I only have that risk tolerance for 4 to 5 years. It's a different model. And they're the ones that have introduced this new model again. They're the ones that are consistently revolutionizing how the finance and football sort of integrate together. Let's not talk about their off the field selling hotels and selling Chelsea women team to sort
Yeah,
of.
I mean, but like no matter how long they put the money though, because of Chelsea, like I think it was UEFA or someone had to like step in and say, yeah, like you can't spread the players like value on your books over more than 5 years or something like that. So
100%. But the point I'm just trying to make is that Chelsea are the ones brave enough to try it. They were the first one to do the whole have a billionaire come into the club and spend like is his own personal trust fund kind of thing. Post
yeah.
City, that loophole has now been closed. So they will get it in, they will get the value out of it because they try. They dare to try and they will
So I mean,
either
they
succeed
were
or they'll
only able
fail.
to do that. They were only able to do that because like PSR actually allows owners to spend money, right? But like the cash you are injecting into the club, you have to get equity out of it. So since they bought the club, right, they got like equity was transferred, right? So that money was actually allowed or allowable towards their like PSR position.
No, so I'm not even talking about this new ownership. I'm talking about Abramovich ownership when he
Oh,
first
okay.
joined. So again, the point I'm just trying to make is that Chelsea historically as a club have always pushed the boundaries for footballing and financial that marriage. They always figure out a way to, I won't say cook the books. I would say it's more like clever accounting. And you two also elaborated about how your
Yeah,
team
my
is
team has
starting to
started
lean into
learning.
sort of all that.
Yeah, they started
Yeah, and
learning.
even my team, they need to lean into that so that
Yeah.
from a on the pitch perspective, you can build the most competitive squad and try to then win.
Yep.
They still won the Club World Cup. They won, I don't even know what that conference is, Conference League. So
Conference
they've been
League,
able to put
UEFA Cup.
themselves into a position where now they can be more competitive next season. And it's if it works, it works. So we'll see how the transfer window ends for Chelsea and for myself, our clubs together. And we'll see how the season pans out.
Baleba, Baleba, Baleba,
Keep praying, keep
Baleba,
praying.
Baleba.
But I think we'll end on the Community Shield, which is set to be hosted later on today, depending on when you guys are watching this, or it might be tomorrow, or I mean yesterday.
Depends when we drop the episode, actually. It
But
depends
yeah,
when we
that should
drop
be an interesting game to see how Liverpool is shaping up. They've been one of the highest spenders this transfer windows, and like we commented about Isak, they might break the record for most money spent in a window. So let's keep our eyes peeled, and we'll get back to you about more of these details next week on a brand new episode of Red Flags.
like, share, and subscribe, guys. Like, we are so appreciative of all the new followers, like, since the last episode, new subscribers, like, more views. Thank you, guys. Like,
More
eh,
comments. Please feel free to dialogue with us. What do you want to
we'll
hear?
keep bringing this thing to you guys. Don't worry. Like, stay tuned. Stay tuned. I always tell you guys, stay tuned. All
Thank
right,
you all.
guys.
Thank you all.
Have a good one.
Bye.